7 Action News at 6 starts right now.
A somber anniversary of a tragedy we won't soon forget.
I'm still sad every day.
4 young lives cut short, others changed forever 1 year ago today.
What happened at the school really hurts everybody, and I know people can feel it today.
The Oxford community sharing stories of grief and inspiration with our Action News team, highlighting the lasting impact of these young victims.
People should know that Hannah is a bright light.
I'm Carolyn Clifford, live in Oxford, sitting down with parents of shooting victims. Tonight, you're going to hear about their journey to uncover the truth and how they are hoping to help others through their pain.
All day today, we are doing our best to respectfully reflect on the horrific events that unfolded at Oxford High School 1 year ago. The lives lost, those still recovering from injuries seen and unseen while finding a way forward. My partner, Carolyn Clifford, is live in Oxford tonight, as she was a year ago, sharing how the parents of victims are still grieving, but moving forward. She joins us now on a day that is still very, very difficult for so many, Carolyn.
Difficult a year ago. Hannah St. Juliana, the 14-year-old lacrosse player who could not outrun a killer's bullet. But she is remembered as a girl connected at the hip with her sister and with a deep love for family. Kim Russell will have more on her memorial in just a moment. Madison Baldwin is a young girl wise beyond her years. Her mom tells me she left them with life lessons about dealing with challenges with patience and grace. Justin Schilling, a young man with a heart of gold and willingness to be kind. His mom shared with me by donating his organs, his goodness now lives on in others through the gift of life. And 42 strong. It is the symbolic number people of Oxford associate with Tate Meir, the 16-year-old high school football and wrestling star gone too soon, but forever in their hearts. Now, a year later, his parents shared their painful journey to uncover the truth and keep their son's memory and legacy alive. In an instant, their son Tate Meir was gone, only 16, killed by an assassin's bullet. On the anniversary of his death, his parents, Buck and Sherry Meir, sit down with me to remember not the horror of that day, but the struggle to find truth and peace.
We're a year later. How are you doing?
It's a battle. It's harder. It's harder on the family than I thought it would ever be.
I'm still sad every day.
Most difficult this year, the start of hunting season, a time Tate and his dad cherished together.
That was heavy. That was heavy week. And then we had Thanksgiving. You know, it was hard.
But they hold on to the memories, however small. The number 42 around his dad's neck and his dented water mug.
I like to use his water bottle. So for me, it helps me big time.
Relief also comes from the shooter pleading guilty to the murders and injuries, sparing families the trauma of trial. Buck also gives the teenager responsible for so much pain credit and believes accepting responsibility is what society is missing.
Does it give you comfort?
Yeah, he took accountability. I mean, we talk about that all the time. I mean, we've raised our kids on that.
The jury is still out on the school's accountability and the gunman's parents' role in what unfolded.
No, it's way too early for forgiveness.
Do you think kids are safe, or do you think, are they taking the right steps?
If I'm a parent and have a kid at that school, I'm nervous.
I asked his mom what the school board got wrong.
Investigating, being transparent about everything.
We trusted the school. Jill trusted the school. St. Juliana's trusted the school.
And they failed?
And they failed.
Miserably.
Miserably.
Their attorney, Vin Johnson.
And the number one thing from our perspective of what we don't know is what the school did and didn't do.
At the end of the day, what is satisfaction?
Justice, however it is in a given case, and it certainly feels different to each and every client, and me, let alone, but more importantly them, but it also truth.
Nobody wanted this to happen, but you can make a tragic mistake and not be held accountable. You cannot do your job and not be held accountable. That's what it's teaching these kids.
Tate's parents, in all their grief and struggle to uncover the truth, they started the 42 Strong Foundation in their son's honor. It offers peer-to-peer mentorship.
Tate was a very, very powerful mentor, and that's why we started this foundation, because of all the stories that we started hearing. We think it's a game changer in our world.
To moms looking at you, to grieving parents who are looking at you?
I just don't want anyone to ever forget Tate, Justin, Madison, Hannah. Keep those memories and just be kind and love one another.
Sherry and Buck Meir have older children in college who they still worry about. They say they take it one day at a time, and while grief comes in different stages, they will continue their fight to help others through the 42 Strong Foundation, and that in turn will help them heal day by day. The Meirs are not alone on their journey to help others through their pain. Community members are doing their part as well, supporting the Hannah St. Juliana Memorial Fund and pushing forward plans for a new community garden that aims to pay tribute to the young victims. 7 Action News reporter Kim Russell shows us where it will be and how you can help.
Hannah St. Juliana's dad says he doesn't want what happened to her and 3 other students ever forgotten. So through the Hannah St. Juliana Memorial Fund, the community is coming together to create beauty. Where I'm standing right now at Seymour Lake Township Park in Oxford.
People should know that Hannah is a bright light.
Jennifer Curtis is a family friend who says 14-year-old Hannah St. Juliana had a smile that beamed as she made pure memories with her friends and family. Memories Curtis tries to focus on.
Popsicle walks on the beach and looked at greenery and scenery and played in the lake and played on the beach.
So to her, it makes sense that the garden honoring Hannah and 3 other Oxford High students who lost their lives would be at a place where families can make memories, like Seymour Lake Park.
Hannah's brother plays sports here still. So it's a community place. It feels good to be here. Hannah means flower in Japanese, so it's appropriate that we get to talk about and create space for Hannah's garden.
I'm just fortunate that we're able to be part of this and doing what we can to bring the community together.
Bill Gastoni with Oxford Township Parks and Rec says it's still in the planning phase, but the plan is to build the garden here, across from a playground next to the farmers market. The garden will have spaces honoring Hannah, Madison Baldwin, Tate Meir, and Justin Schilling, who showed love during their lives, inspiring many to want to make this possible.
It just proves how powerful kids can be at such a young age and what an impact they can have on their friends, their community at such a young age.
We have a heart to help. We have the capacity to help, but what do we do?
Kathy Dickens is executive director of the 4-County Community Foundation, which is administering the Hannah St. Juliana Memorial Fund. The fund is collecting donations. The garden is the first project it will do and aims to inspire more projects in honor of lives lost but never forgotten.
To understand that their potential is not lost, that their potential continues to resonate, throughout the school, and it continues to resonate throughout the community. We can be inspired by the life that they lived, and we can be inspired by how they impacted everyone.
We're looking forward to being able to continue to light things up for Hannah.
If you feel inspired to give, we have information at our website, WXYZ.com. In Oxford Township, Kim Russell, 7 Action News.
I have certainly been inspired just hearing so many stories. You know, expressions of remembrance are everywhere here in Oxford as people in this community share the heartbreak of a day they will certainly never forget. 7 Action News reporter Simon Shaquette is live with how the town is paying tribute to the young lives lost 1 year later. Simon?
Carolyn, many signs of tribute here in downtown Oxford, from lights like these being placed in storefront windows to right behind us, this giant mural that was painted by one of Oxford's own. From inspiring messages written on stars to a beautifully painted mural on the side of a family-owned hair salon, downtown Oxford is creating a sense of warmth on a bitter cold day. Blanche Kenny owns Sisters Hair Care, and the Oxford mural was created on the outside of their building.
Lots of people come and take pictures by it because it signifies that these kids were here and their lives were taken. Tragically.
Tragically, in a deadly school shooting 1 year ago that took the lives of 4 incredible students and left others injured. Signs like these and the feeling behind the mural getting attention of Faith Lamb from Warren. Seeing that mural, what thoughts come to mind today?
My heart aches for their parents, their family. I couldn't imagine. I have a stepdaughter that I just love so much. I couldn't imagine losing her in any way.
Another business, Nora's Bridal Shop, spent the day with emotions weighing heavily on staff.
Oxford has come together and they've wanted to support and be together. Community would be the word I would use. I think people want to rally together and be together and be able to rely on each other.
Today, many restaurants, coffee shops, and other gathering spots open doors to give away food and make other activities available for students, staff, and families. Bonding together, Oxford Strong, taking on such an important meaning on the anniversary of this horrific tragedy.
Carry each other's burdens through their grief and what they're dealing with. They have like therapy dogs and activities, classes and counseling. So I think they have, even today especially.
And what's really stood out in particular, the amount of people coming from neighboring communities across Metro Detroit to show and offer their support. Carolyn, back to you.
Yeah, so many people, Simon, just want to wrap their arms around this community, and they are certainly doing that really all year long. You know, Dave, these kids were filled with goodness, and I am so glad on this 1 year anniversary of something so tragic, we can celebrate their positive impact on so many in this community. You've heard it said many, many times, Oxford Strong. It may have been broken a year ago, but they are building it back together, and I have no doubt it will be stronger than ever as they move forward.
Yeah, I'm certain that that impact of these 4 young people lost too soon will continue to be felt in that community and beyond for years to come. Carolyn, thank you for your work out there today on a very difficult day. Our coverage will continue tonight as we mark 1 year since the Oxford tragedy. You can also find more of our coverage on WXYZ.com. In honor of the victims in Oxford, flags have been at half-staff today on the order of Governor Gretchen Whitmer. This is video from downtown Detroit where the flags were getting whipped around by some very powerful winds. Dave, the wind advisory continues tonight?
It does. It continues until 10 o'clock. Now, I would guess that the best chance to hit the 45-mile-per-hour mark is going to be I-69 north. In the metro area, maybe we still get to some spots at 40 miles an hour. At the top of the hour here, it's been gusting to 38 in Detroit, 28 in Howell, 36 in Ann Arbor, 38 in Lansing. Other spots not quite as strong on the far east side here. But the point is it's still got a lot of bite to the wind. It's blowing some snow showers through as well. I'll show you those just a little bit. But these are the current wind chills. It feels like 16 outside and that 15 to 19 range in most cases. So make sure you're all bundled up. We'll look at the radar, talk about some road conditions if that's going to be a problem, and when we warm it back up, coming up in the forecast.
Dave, thank you. Still ahead here at 6. A generous find at the bottom of a red kettle. The Salvation Army thanking the mysterious donor of a valuable gold coin.
And what did you think when you heard about it? I was shocked. I didn't know I was going to get it in my book last night.
The Salvation Army on the difference small change and gold coins can make.
And tonight, our hearts are with the community of Oxford as we remember the tragedy 1 year ago. We'll be back in just a moment.
Inflation has made food too expensive for some families to afford. After paying for housing, paying for health care, paying for transportation, there may be very little money left for food. With food insecurities on the rise, Forgotten Harvest is there to answer the call. We're working to feed over 700,000 people this year. We want your support to feed our neighbors in need. Act now and show your support at ForgottenHarvest.org, and together we can end hunger.
The Medicare annual enrollment period is closing soon, and CCA Health Michigan wants you to know this may be your last chance to save thousands with the right Medicare plan. Beth wants new glasses. Dan wants to save on dental work. Joe wants help with prescription drugs. The great news is now you don't have to choose. You can get more benefits than original Medicare with CCA Health Michigan, including drug benefits. Call us today and we'll help you compare and save on a Medicare Advantage plan that gives you monthly plan payments as low as $0 and extra benefits that could save you thousands of dollars a year, like over-the-counter items, dental care, eyewear, and even hearing aids. If you want help choosing your Medicare plan, don't wait. Call CCA Health Michigan before the enrollment deadline to compare and save at 833-833-0475. That's 833-833-0475.
Hi, I'm Tina Gabara, and I'm Senior Sales Manager for Humana in Detroit. Our Medicare Advantage plans are shaped by what matters most to our members. So we have a wide variety of plans to fit your budget and your needs. Most of our plans include coverage for prescription drugs, hospital stays, and doctor office visits, many with no monthly plan premium. And you can get a plan with an annual allowance to spend on your dental bills. Some plans may even give you money back in your Social Security check each month. And if you have Medicare and Medicaid, you could be eligible for even more benefits, like a prepaid card that you can spend on groceries, utilities, and rent. Plus, you could pay nothing for your covered prescriptions, even the name brand drugs. So get in touch with Humana, talk to a real person like me, or go online. We'll help you find the plan that's right for you. Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
Now to people helping people this holiday season with a red kettle surprise. For the 10th year in a row, a mystery Santa dropped a shimmering gold coin into a Macomb County kettle. 7 Action News reporter Kimberly Craig tells us donations, big and small, can make a life-changing difference.
What you're looking at is a gold Krugerrand. This picture taken moments after longtime Salvation Army volunteer Dana Liskey found the valuable coin while sorting bills and coins from a red kettle.
I was looking at the coins and I just seen this big gold coin and I was like, is this a gold dollar or is this a Krugerrand?
It was indeed a rare 1980 South African gold Krugerrand. Ricky Henderson was ringing the bell for the Salvation Army last night at Kroger in St. Clair Shores when someone quietly dropped in the coin valued at about $1,800.
And what did you think when you heard about it? I was shocked. I didn't know I was going to get it in my bucket last night.
And Ricky can appreciate donations big and small because he remembers how much the Salvation Army helped his family years ago.
Well, it meant a lot. It meant a lot because when I was a little kid and I was coming up, my mom and dad couldn't give me no choice.
The mission of the Salvation Army is to help people who are in great need, be it spiritually, be it physically. We want to make sure that people's lives are better.
Major David Mink says the donations make it possible for the Salvation Army to provide food, clothing, shelter, and other support to so many people in need.
We see the homeless, and there is just so much folks who live on the street, and our shelter here, the Match Shelter, has women, children, and those who are just discarded in the community, and we give them a safe place to stay, warm food, and then counseling to make sure that they find a better outcome.
And it seems this is not the first time our mystery donor has been so generous. The Salvation Army says every year for about the last 10 years, someone has left a valuable gold coin at this same Kroger in St. Clair Shores.
every little set helps. It helps so much. Helps us provide food for some people, shelter.
It's just to help kids and help people that don't have nothing. Like I didn't have nothing when I was coming up, so I just do it for that.
Kimberly Craig, 7 Action News.
Full day to be out ringing the bell today for sure.
Absolutely. Wind is a big problem, of course, with everything, making it feel colder, knocking power out in a few spots so far today. And then, of course, blowing some snow showers through as well. The advisory again goes till 10 o'clock tonight for everybody. Gusts to 45 probably are limited up in the thumb area, but we still could get some gusts to 40 miles an hour in the metro area. These are temperatures, and next to them in the little blue boxes are the wind chills. So how 30 feels like 17. The wind chills are the important number here because that's what your body really senses with all that wind taking the heat away. 30 feels like 16 in Detroit, and 32 feels like 23 in Port Huron. So the winds will stay up this evening and tonight, and tomorrow is still breezy, but just not as strong as today. But the winds will shift a direction just enough to take the flow from west to east off of Lake Michigan for the most part. So these snow showers are going to be moving through. You saw it snowing in Oxford and a lot of spots north of Detroit right now. It's moving through, and what it's going to do, though, it's going to be around long enough to make the roads a little wet here, and there could be some slippery spots, especially the ramps, bridges, and overpasses. With the wind blowing like it does, you know how it makes you feel colder? Well, the pavement doesn't get colder, but it does get colder faster. So it doesn't feel any different because it doesn't have feelings, but the point is when you get the air wrapped around it with all this wind, it can take the residual heat out of the pavement and make it colder. That's why ramps, bridges, and overpasses are something to watch tonight and tomorrow morning. Low teens tomorrow for wind chills to get started. Thursday's highs are in the 30s, but we are back to the 40s on Friday. There's a lot of back and forth here as we get into December. Overnight tonight, 25 in Detroit. More clouds and wind, not so much with the snowflakes flying around. And tomorrow, it's mostly cloudy in the morning, then brighter in the afternoon. We'll get a 10 to 20 mile per hour wind with highs in the mid-30s, including 37. That's about 5 degrees cooler than we should be. So tomorrow's high on average is 42. By the end of the month, it's 34. By the end of the month, the average low is 22. We get about 9 inches of snow. The coldest we've ever been in December was 11 below back in 1880 on December 29th, and the biggest one-day snowfall, 18 inches in 1974. Tomorrow is the start of December. So Friday, we're back to the mid-40s. There's a nice jump there. We stay in the 40s early Saturday, but temperatures will drop Saturday. There could be a mix of rain and snow to start the weekend.
Tonight, the rail deal to avoid a strike, how it could impact workers and your family. Plus, tracking the wild storm with tens of millions in its path. More Americans turn to the most watched newscast on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
First Alert Weather is sponsored by ABC Warehouse, the closest thing to wholesale.
Black Friday markdowns continue at ABC Warehouse. Hurry in and get up to 65% off and up to 60 months special financing store-wide. Right now, save up to $800 on select Stearns & Foster adjustable mattress sets. Plus, get a free $300 gift card, free delivery, and special financing. And this Lifestyle Michelle 5-piece dining room set is $998 with special financing. Black Friday deals end soon, only at ABC Warehouse, the closest thing to wholesale.
From smoke and carbon monoxide alarms to fire extinguishers and more, Kidde Home Safety products help keep your family protected when it matters most. Save big money on Kidde Home Safety products. Make your home safer and smarter with Fight Electric. Video doorbell systems let you monitor home activity from anywhere with a smartphone or tablet. Save big money on Fight Electric smart home products now at Menards. Plus, a Menards gift card is always a great gift idea.
More season's greetings to you all from Menards.
The father is...
Background stealing the scene.
The father is you, John.
With next-gen TV and Dolby, dialogue is crystal clear.
And
That's right. There are two N's.
Volume catching you by surprise?
N. That's right. There are two N's.
With Next Gen TV and Dolby, there are no more sound surprises. Make the sound decision and choose Next Gen TV.
This is a legal advertisement by KRW Lawyers. If you're 57 or older and worked with asbestos before 1983, you may have been exposed and qualify for cash compensation. Highest risk jobs include auto workers, welders, machinists, pipe fitters, boiler workers, insulators, and more. Schedule your asbestos health test today, 833-579-5299. You may qualify for cash compensation at no out-of-pocket cost. This is not a lawsuit against the company you worked for. Call 833-579-5299.
Hi, students. If you're watching this, it means it's too late for me to come in today.
Okay, y'all, do whatever you do. You don't bother me, and I won't bother you.
Dan Campbell wore an Oxford High School hat to his press conference at Lions headquarters on Wednesday. The head football coach at Oxford, Zach Lyon, is a former teammate of Campbell's in the NFL. On this anniversary of the tragedies, Campbell had a message for the community.
If you're outside of that community who was directly impacted, you go about your lives and you forget about it. You know, you got other things going on, this and that, and I think just for this moment, I wanted to know we're thinking about them, and that there was just a little bit of thought that went into the fact that, hey, this happened a year ago, and we feel your pain, and just because time has passed doesn't mean that those scars aren't still there. I think that more than anything, we just want you to know, hey, we see you. We still see you.
Jamison Williams hitting the practice field for the Lions in pads for the first time. His speed is quickly wowing teammates. Jared Goff had a tough time thinking of a faster wide receiver in his career.
He's fast. He's very fast. He's very, very fast. Yeah. Brandon Cooks is probably the fastest guys I've played with, and it's a different type of speed, though. And again, I haven't seen him play in a real game, but he's longer. He's a stride guy. He's got length. He's got wingspan. Jameson, he can extend on guys. He can really make catches away from his body. How much he's able to help us in these next 6 games, we'll see. But certainly as a quarterback, you want him on the field as soon as possible.
Michigan State on the road tonight at Notre Dame, and in just a few minutes, puck drops at Little Caesars Arena. Sabres taking on the Wings.
Brad, thanks for that. As always, thank you for watching here. World News Tonight with David Muir is next, followed by 7 Action News at 7.
Stay safe on the roads and throughout the day with the 7 First Alert Weather Team. This is where your stories and your voice help.